This is the only thing that you have to practice regularly and consistently to really understand what it means to let go. Hey everyone, it's Velez, conscious life and success coach and licensed mental health therapist. And today we're going to talk about really the only thing to work on, to practice, to buy into, to do in order to let go when you're trying to manifest something, whether it's a specific person, love, money, a new job, a new you, like it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, if you find you're struggling and you find that you keep obsessing about the 3D, you keep focusing on what is showing up, and you're really having a hard time of letting that go and creating the new version of the reality you want to experience, then my suggestion is this, because this is what works very well, is you have to understand something. The reason why you're struggling or you're in this doubt or emotional pain and it's causing you to constantly react to your 3D and not let go of the current reality is simply this. You have to change your viewpoint of the situation. And I want to, give you kind of like a generic example. So like, when you're taking a picture or someone's taking a picture of you, and depending on the angle that they're taking the picture, it's either favorable to you or it's not like your best picture. So you keep retaking the pictures, or you have someone take the picture from a view, from an angle that is favorable to you. Well, it's the same thing with your mindset. It's the same thing with the story in your mind. It's the same thing with the assumptions that you're creating. It's the same things with what perspective you're choosing to entertain in your mind. You change the viewpoint of the situation, and you keep changing the viewpoint of the situation so that it feels better for you, that it feels good for you. And I don't care how many times you find yourself going back to the old viewpoint that causes the emotional reaction, you keep going within and changing the viewpoint over and over and over again until that's what you naturally start thinking on your own. And this is really powerful. This works really fast. This is how you really manifest and shift, and you really, get out of the 3D, because all you're doing is every time you react, there's a story that, oh, it's not working. See, this still isn't working for me. Things don't change for me. I never get what I want. And you have this whole viewpoint of the situation that is just checking off the list all the ways that you're not going to get what you want, which is why you don't see a shift or you don't see a consistent shift, because you're still in the same energy, in the same reality that you've already created with this story. So you simply just have to change your viewpoint of the situation. You're only reacting to your viewpoint of that situation. So if someone's in your life that you perceive, or your viewpoint of the situation is that they don't love you, they don't want you, well, that's why you keep feeling bad, because that's your viewpoint. That's what you believe. That's what you're thinking over and over and over in your mind, and then creating this whole elaborate story behind it to solidify and prove why your viewpoint is correct, which again makes you feel not good. And then energetically, you're still stuck in the same reality where you're not going to get what you want. And remember, this isn't about changing something outside of you, right, to make you feel better. It's not about changing something outside of you and bringing it to you new and fresh in your current reality. No, it's about you shifting you to shift into the reality where the circumstances are in your favor that you desire. So when you go in your mind and you create a new viewpoint and you repeat that over and over, and you attach the feelings and energy to that, because in essence, you're creating your new concept of self, because you're assuming something different about you in this situation. You have a new viewpoint of yourself in this situation, and you're also having a new viewpoint about the situation. By the way, this is what's worked for me every single time I've shifted and manifested what I wanted. This has worked for me with, bringing my SP back in my life. This is what's worked for me with my SP in my life. This is what's worked for me in business. This is what's worked for me to manifest more money in, is always detaching from the viewpoint that I have that is solidifying and anchoring me in this current reality. And then I create the story of a new viewpoint of the situation that's favorable to me, and I just live in that and marinate in that, and then I'm shifting into that reality. It has never ever let me down. And so when you keep doing that, then you're shifting, you're creating the new reality within, and then you're going to shift into that new reality. So it's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. This stuff usually is not like one and done. You know, this stuff usually, for the most part, especially when it's something you really want, when it's something that really requires you to create an entirely new story. People will manifest stuff pretty quickly when there's not a story around them that they can't manifest it. That's why people will be like, oh, I want this or that. And then boom, a week later it just pops in their reality because they didn't really care about it. It wasn't like they had this whole story and belief system and viewpoint about that situation that they played over and over and over in their mind that kept them in the reality where they can't have that situation is not favorable to them. So this is why it's always about you, and it's never about anyone or anything outside of you. It's your viewpoint. Change the view. Let me give you another example. If you're in a hotel room and you don't like the view, you open the window and all you see is the next building right outside the window, and you say, this view is not acceptable to me. I want a view of the ocean or the skyline or the city line or whatever, right? So you're not going to tell the building outside, hey, you got to move so that the ocean can come in and I can see it, right? It's not about changing the thing outside of you. What do you need to do? You change you move you to the new room that has the view that you want. So it's the same thing with creating the reality that you want. You have to change your view of this situation, the view of you in this situation. And then by doing that, you shift into the reality. You are now moving into a reality where you have the skyline, the city line, the oceanfront view that you wanted. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you are not in my Facebook group and you are a woman, it is for women only. I really highly suggest that you join. We have an amazing time in there. I am in there several times a week doing free coaching. It's super fun. The link is in the description below. If you want to work with me, I have one-on-one packages as well as many different group coaching packages that are really fun. We do them live via Zoom, and they're just amazing. And you can find all of that at my website, www.kimvelez.com. The link is in the description below. And again, this is about you, right? This is about you creating something different about yourself, changing that view, and that's how you let go. Letting go just means I'm not holding on to the beliefs, to the perspective, to the view, the old view of this situation. I'm releasing it, and now I'm creating a new one. And you just repeat it until it's solidified. And once it's solidified, as Neville Goddard says, like you saturate yourself with it, you're so satisfied with it, you really drop the desire. You don't look for it or need it because you keep living in it, in you. And it feels so amazing. You don't feel like you're missing. And then you know it's coming. That's the God state, the trust, the ultimate trust that it's on its way. All right, enough about that. So if you found this video, helpful, please like and share, and definitely subscribe to my channel. I drop 3 videos every week, and I really want to help support you be the best version of you and start manifesting the life of your fucking dreams. All right, bye.